Hello everyone. Once again, welcome to our YouTube channel, Punitesh. So, today basically I'm going to upload a video for SAP basis topic, basis and security, you can say. So, today what we are going to see exactly how to let me give you the background. How to import a roles from your existing system to another system. So, for example, you have a set of 100 or 1,000 roles or whatever number of roles in your one SAP system. Okay, and the same role you want to create in your some other system. Okay, and which is the destination system is not in your landscape that's not in your landscape, so you can do in transport. We can directly add the roles. For example, this is the roles, you can directly add this in tr, add transport, execute. It will ask you tr, you can add that in tr, release that tr, and you can same import in your next system. Like if this is that, then you can directly upload the import the tr in quality, and role will be available in that. But what if you don't have exactly what I can say, that destination in your landscape? Then in that also you can take data and profile at OS level and import that in target. But this is the complex things that we you can do. So another way you can say, we can download and upload. Yeah, that also you can do, but manually going one and one many times, you need to do one by one, right? So that is not the feasible way also. So here the another way it is from PFCG only. What we can do, we can create. Okay, so let me show you in Paint. Okay, so see, for example, you have one system here. This is your destination, and this is your destination landscape. Okay, for example, this is your dev 100 lines. Okay, this is your quality 100 lines. This is your production 100 lines. So if you want here to move your chain roles from this development to production or production to quality, okay, you can directly do. We know here that via STMS we can do, right? From STMS import, you can directly move the changes by adding the roles in TR, and the changes will be available. But what if you have some other system? Okay, some other system, and these are not in your landscape. Okay, these are not in your landscape. These are some, you can say, EH4 300. This is dev, and these are you can say EQ4. These are completely different landscapes. You can say what I mean here. Okay, EP4, and these are different from these. Let me draw these. Okay, so here you have the two completely different. Okay, two completely different landscape basically. Okay, so now I'm saying that here I have one role. Okay, here I have ZMR set of role, and these roles are present in this. I want those thousands of roles seems to be present in here in my other landscape. Okay, so how can I do that? So basically, to copy role from one landscape to other landscape, we have multiple ways. Okay, so we can do like download and download and upload. Another way you can do via transport. And one last way, which I'm going to explain you in this video, that is via RFC communication. Okay, so these are the three ways which we can utilize in these conditions to copy the roles. Okay, to copy the roles from one landscape to other landscape. So let's focus on this. Okay, these two parts I are okay. Let me give you the overview. So basically, in this download and upload, you can download set of roles from here, and you can upload in this. Okay, destination manually download and upload. You don't in that case you don't need to have the credential of source system. Basically, this is one benefit of the first option. The credentials not needed of source. Okay, but uh, okay, one benefit of that, but the disadvantages also it have. Here, what you can do, you can download one by one role manually, or you can upload that. And we will mask thing also done. I will get one video specific for this. Let me focus on the RFC connection and transport. The like transports. Restriction already you can't import your transport from one system to other system until those are mapped to TMS, okay, your transports landscape. So here you can't do directly. And one way you can do, if you can say, you can take the you can take a data and co-file from OS level and you can import in the target. But again, for that you need to create a TI and unnecessarily you need to release, and that TR will be present in your all systems of landscape. So this is also not feasible. So one best way here in our case, if you have multiple rows you want to copy with restriction, that is specific roles you want, and in one go only, okay, without creating any TR, without downloading and uploading and those kinds of things, the best suited way for this is RFC one, okay, and which is I'm going to show you. So basically how it works here, we will create RFC communication between your source system. Okay, this is our, okay, so basically this is our source system. Okay, this is not working. Let me take a pen. Okay, so okay, so this is our basically source system, and this is our destination system. So what we want to copy a roles from these dev 100 client to or some other system EH4300 clients, okay, which is not part of this landscape. So what I will do, I will just create one RFC communication between these two sources, okay. I will create RFC communication between these two, okay. And here what we need, we have prerequisite for this. We should have credentials of source client with auth, means, okay, credential of, let me increase the font. Okay, so now I guess it will be better visible to you guys. Okay, so we should credential of source client with auth, okay. So yeah, so we should have credential of dev 100 client, any one user ID who have authorization to PFCG of that client, and that we destination will create in our target system with that credential, and will communicate. And the other procedure, let me show you in system. So basically, this is my uh, so this is my basically target client, you can say. Okay, so what I will do here. No, this is not the target client. Okay, so let me wait. Okay, so I'm opening the screen. To avoid the credential dispose, I have stopped the sharing screen. Let me log into my target client and I will share my screen again. Okay, yes. So now I have logged into my target client. Let me share screen again. Okay, so basically this is my target client. 120 is my target client. Okay, and this is, for example, my source client. So what I have did, I have created a destination as a RFC connection. let me show you that also. Okay, RFC, in above connection, you need to create RFC connection for 200 client. Basically, my source is 200. So I have created a destination for 200 client only. 200, I have maintained a credential for 200 client. So when you click on remote login from 120 client, did you see? I am able to log in directly in 200 client. Now exit. Okay. Okay, this I was saying in 200 only. Let me exit 200. Okay, now I'm in 120. Go in and submit 59. Check in above connection. 200 client, click on remote login. Okay, you can see now I'm in 200. So directly I have logged in from 120 to 200. So basically our connection is working. Now go in PFCG. In PFCG, you can click on roles. Okay, and in roles, read from other system by RFC. So basically using this option, you can read roles of other system using the RFC connection. So here you need to give the name of RFC which you have created with the credentials of source system. So our name was DS for 200. Now execute. Okay, so this is basically case sensitive. You need to give exact name. Okay, this is case sensitive. That's why it's saying DS for 200. Execute. Okay, now it is reading. See. So basically the credential which we have maintained in the RFC, that is authorized. So it will show by default 500 entries starting from initial character. We don't want this thing. Click on this drop down here, filter it out what roles you want. So I want all ZMR roles. Okay. So I've selected ZMR roles. Now what I will do, start search 500. My roles are within the 500. So that's why I proceeded with the default. So which roles you don't want, you just uncheck those boxes. So I don't want these three roles to be copied. So what I will do, continue. So these all roles will be copied. What it is showing, role already exists in the system. Yes, roles are existing in the system, but not in a proper way. We have updated the roles more efficiently in source system, and we want, basically this is not the thing to consider. This is just showing I already have roles. Do you want to override it? If you don't have, it won't show you this. Okay. So yes, I want to override. Continue. Okay. So you can see all the roles have copied here. Okay. Successfully. Status you can see, right? See, till last, let us check if anything is the issue. So no issue. If any issue will be there using importing, error message will show you. So everything is done here. Now what we have to do here, if we'll go in PFCG again, the roles basically now maybe it won't show because I have already generated those roles. So once you import the roles from source to destination, what it does, okay, if we will go in display, see, you can see here the authorization data are in green. What it is saying, merge of authorization required. Means what we have to do, we have to generate their profiles again. Because whenever authorization updated, it's a profile generation required. So if we'll go one by one, when we click this, read old citizen merge with new data, execute, and let's cancel this for now. Org level, if you want to maintain, don't maintain, it's on you. So generate. Okay, I have generated this. Go back. Now you can see authorization is done. But did you see we have imported 140 roles? Okay, so how can you generate those? Okay, so so I don't want to keep the video longer. So let me finish this and to show you how to generate all those roles in one go. I will upload another video for that. So stay tuned and do subscribe our channel. Okay, in next video you can see that. Okay, so let me stop this. Sorry.